माननीय गुजरात राज्यना मंत्री श्री ईश्वर परमार जी, माननीय संसद श्री CR पाटिल जी, निराली मेडिकल मेमोरियल ट्रस्ट स्थापक श्री अनिल मणिभाई नायक जी, L&T वहीवट संचालक श्री SN सुब्रमण्यन जी, निराली मेडिकल मेमोरियल ट्रस्ट बोर्ड सभ्य श्री YS त्रिवेदी जी, बहनों અને ભાઈઓ, આપ સાને મારા નમસ્કાર. આજે અહિમ નવસારીમાં શ્રી AM નાયકજીની ઉમદા પહેરેથી નિર્માણ પામનારી નવી નિરાળી મલ્ટી સ્પેશિયાલિટી હોસ્પિટલનો શિલાન્યાસ કરવામાં હું ખૂબ જ આનંદ અનુભવું છું. શિલાન્યાસ સમારોહ માટે અહીં ઉપસ્થિત ડૉક્ટરો, કર્મચારીઓ સહિત આપ સૌને મારી શુભકામનાઓ. Friends, brothers and sisters, I am extremely happy to be here today to lay the foundation of the Nirali Multi-Speciality Hospital, a noble initiative of Sri AM Nayak ji, L&T Group Chairman, philanthropist and Padma Vibhushan awardee. The underlying aim of the hospital, as explained, to provide affordable tertiary healthcare facilities to the common people. It's really a commendable initiative taken. That's why I would like to compliment on behalf of the people of the country, Sri AM Nayak ji, Mrs. Nayak, and the entire family members for coming out with this novel project. I'm happy that the children who are in states, they have decided to come back and devote some time to this service activity. That's a very good initiative, because I always say, people who ever want to go abroad, I tell the youngsters who want to go abroad, go, learn, earn, and return. Return to save the motherland. That should be the motto. I'm happy his son and daughter-in-law are moving in that direction. This multi-story hospital and the adjoining cancer hospital, which form part of this healthcare campus, is a path-breaking initiative in catering to the healthcare needs of the people of this region, particularly the rural people. I am very happy. I come from rural area. I know the difficulties faced by the rural people. That's why any initiative to help the rural people, the farmers and the others, that is really laudable. That's why I am particularly happy. And he told me about the hospital. I have readily agreed. One is it is a philanthropic activity, service activity, and second one is a multi-specialities, and the third one is it is coming in a rural area, though nearer to Surat city, but this is really going to help the Navasari and the adjacent areas, Bardoli and other areas, because it is located on the national highway. I have always emphasized in every field, public and private sector working together is key to achieving the national development goals. For all these efforts and endeavors, I convey my heartfelt appreciation for Sri Nayak ji. My dear sisters and brothers, Gandhi ji once said, I quote, "It is health that is real wealth, and not pieces of gold and silver," unquote. His words have a ring of universal truth to them. Without health, there is no meaning for wealth. We must remember that wealth alone won't serve us. The service we do and the reputation we earn will help the world and our family, even after we are no more. That's why I say, live for others and live long. That should be the motto for each one of us. The COVID pandemic has taught us an invaluable lesson to the humanity, including ourselves, that health is of the paramount importance above everything. Just as this is true of an individual, it is true of a society as well. COVID warriors, doctors, nurses, paramedical staff, healthcare workers, and ASHA workers in villages, in fact, the entire medical fraternity have shown the extraordinary will and made selfless sacrifice at great risk to their lives to help us fight the pandemic. That's why I salute them for placing others' needs before theirs and then becoming living embodiments of our philosophy of share and care. Share and care is the core of Indian philosophy. That's why when I was keenly observing and hearing all the initiative taken by Sri A.M. Nayak and his family, inspired by his father, who was a freedom fighter, I really felt happy because he is following the age-old Indian philosophy of share and care. Whatever you earn, if you share it with others, you will get immense satisfaction. Immense satisfaction helping others. That gives you more energy. That gives you punya if you believe. But more than anything else, it gives you satisfaction. It gives you further strength to work on. That's why, my dear friends, that everybody in India, in whichever field they are, in whatever profession they are, they must always try to share with others. That is the philosophy. This is what our ancient civilization tells us. This is what our forefathers have told us. So we must follow this principle and see to it that we remain as a civilization, something different from other civilizations, that we not only share for ourselves, we share and care for others also. That should be the motto for all people. We are a vast country. We have made so much progress after independence, including health sector, but still there is a vast area to go. The Prime Minister Sri Narendra Bhai Modi has taken up a number of reforms. He gave a 3-line mantra of reform, perform and transform, transformation of the lives of the people. That is the purpose of all of us, the doctors, the scientists, the researchers, the businessmen, and the politician. Everybody should have that motto, that is transformation for betterment of the nation. And that is what is being done here. I am very happy to come here and also to participate in this program in this afternoon. You have all gone through the presentation in detail. I need not speak elaborately on that. Health expenditure is increasing day by day. Expenditure on education and health is increasing. The government is rightly focusing its attention on these two areas. But mere governmental efforts alone will not suffice because the challenge is huge. So every one of us, including the private sector, industry, should come forward to join the efforts. I am happy that L&T, which is one of our most prestigious organizations in the country, is working in the direction. I call upon all others who are there in the private sector to follow this. Some of them are doing excellent job, but everyone should think about this and then make it as part of their responsibility, social responsibility. And it is our civilization which has taught us about these responsibilities. My dear friends, this life which we got and the education which we got from government, from our fathers and from the society, we must give it back to the society. That's what is being done by Sri A.M. Nayak and his family. And every one of us should think in those lines and try to give back to the society. Whatever we earn, we are earning it because of the help rendered by the society, help given by the government, and help given by our parents. So we must give back not only to them, to the entire society, and we must give back to the country. India is going through an epidemiological transition. The incidence of non-communicable and lifestyle diseases like cancer, diabetic, heart disorders are on the rise, amounting for more than 60% of deaths in the country. 60% of the deaths are happening because of non-communicable diseases. We need to bring about greater awareness among the people regarding these lifestyle diseases. I call upon the health experts in both public and private sector to take the lead in initiating a people's campaign on health hazards caused by the sedentary lifestyle and unhealthy dietary habits. Similarly, another integral aspect of health that needs much more awareness is that of mental health. The WHO has estimated in 2019 that 7.5% of Indians were affected by mental health disorders. The pandemic's impact on mental health is yet to be estimated fully. Not in India alone, but elsewhere in the world. We need to give mental health its due importance, heighten awareness to remove the stigma associated with it, and go for a holistic approach to address it. More than anything else, we must be willing to talk about mental health. My dear youngsters who are all watching this program, my appeal to all of you is, you are the future of the country. 65% of the Indian population is below 35 years. 50% of the Indian population is below 25 years. So you are the future. So please take care of your health. Do some physical activity. Following this sedentary lifestyle, following the Western lifestyle is no good for us. And we must inherit the legacy of our forefathers who used to work hard. If you look at the present situation, the rural people, the farming community are not that much affected by corona. Why? One, they work hard. Secondly, they live in an open air. They get air circulation. They get proper light. And we are in urban areas, we are avoiding light, and we are living in a closed atmosphere. That's why the effect of COVID is more on urban areas. This is a matter for study by all experts. Our ancient Vastu, where light and air used to be given importance in constructing a house. Now everything is closed from all sides. Car is closed, office is closed, restaurants are closed, hotels are closed, and bedroom is closed, and minds are also getting closed. Keep this in mind. Try to live in open area. Try to spend time not only with sun, but the sun also. The great gift for India. We have sunlight 365 days. We must take advantage of sunlight. We must take advantage of fresh air. We should not pollute it because climate change is real. The pollution, how much damage it's causing, I need not explain. And pollution is adding to the tension. If you have tension, you cannot pay attention and have the retention. So please remember to live with the light and also with the air. Now, unfortunately, fashion. I recently visited my daughter's house and saw the new bathroom, and I told them, who constructed this bathroom? They said, one architect. I said, call her. They called her, and I asked her, what is this wash basin? She said, it is fashion now, sir, fashion. Wash basin, if you start the water is falling on you, not in the basin. Shallow. It is not shallow, it is hollow of ideas. Then I told her one thing in Telugu, Ma, all these things has to be designed in such a way which should take care of our health. What is required is not saundaryamu. Saundaryama, saukaryama. Saukaryama is comfort. Comfort, keep the comfort in mind, not the aesthetics, fashion and all. Even in our rooms also, Earlier we used to have one light. You used to give bright light. Now you have 30 lights in a room, but no light. Go to the five-star hotels also. Why we should waste our energy and then deprive of the light? These are the very simple things. And also fashion. Now the sofas also are very down. And once you get into the sofas, the Italian model, you can't get up. You need somebody to lift you. Why should we purchase that inconvenience when we have such a technology, such a knowledge given by our forefathers? We must go back to the roots. And secondly, about the food habits also. The Western food habits are good for the Western people. But for us Indians, we have a beautiful old style food habits given by our forefathers. Thousands of years they lived and they developed various varieties. I need not explain you how many varieties are there in India. And we are running after the Western food, going for pizza, burger and pizza may suit the Western atmosphere, but will not suit us. We have our own food, which is decided by our forefathers by season and by reason. In the south, what do you eat? In the north, what do you eat? In the west, what do you eat? What is the best in the west? And then in winter, in summer, what is suitable? In every food, there is a message. This has to be understood by all of us. And our children should follow. One boy, and I was addressing the students, he told me, "Sir, this is fine, sir, but now the food is instant." I told him, instant food means constant disease. You have to understand this. The food cannot be instant. The food has to be cooked. You may be surprised why the Vice President is telling this. I am not giving you any food code. Eat whatever food you want, but eat healthy food. So physical fitness will bring you mental alertness. Yoga, walking, or any exercise of your choice. Do some exercise. Keep your body fit. If youngsters are fit, the nation will be fit. And if you are healthy, nation will be healthy. And you can create a wealthy society also. So keep these two advice in mind. I am happy once again that I am able to come here for this function. WHO suggested health is not only the absence of illness, it is also the ability to people to develop to their potential during their entire lives. So keeping that in mind, we must also work for happiness. Mere wealth will not give you happiness. Happiness is something more. So that health will come through spiritual teachings and preachings of our ancestors. I'm happy that he is starting a Vedic school. He is also taking up a number of skill development initiatives, education, health, skill development, and also on the primary needs of the people. He is taking the holistic development in the social sector. I wish him all the best. As our ancestors used to say, Lokana samasta sukhino bhavantu. I wish all of you all the best. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Today, before I close, my friends, I have one line to say. Coming to Surat and Navsari reminds me of the historic Dandi Salt March Gandhiji undertook here in 1930. More than 90 years ago, the simplicity of the movement, purity of the ideals, and the strict adherence to non-violent means won fame and recognition for the movement the world over. It gives us strength to our independence movement and gave us the power of Atma Shakti, and we are now moving towards Atma Nirbhara Bharat. The Bardoli Satyagraha, Bardoli also is nearby, against the unjust taxation by Britishers, led by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, is another glorious episode during the civil disobedience movement also took place in this region. That's why the Dandi March and the Bardoli Satyagraha remain exemplars even today for movements worldwide and in India to adopt peaceful means for achieving desired goals, because peace is prerequisite for progress. If you have tension, you cannot pay attention and keep the retention. And so please try to work for the peace and take this as a mission. This is a mission. Medical and health and education should be a mission, not for commission. We should not give any remission or do or any omission. And we must take it as a passion, as a nation. This is what Mr. Naik and others are doing. I would like to once again appreciate them. God bless them all. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.